Welcome back to my monopod analysis videos on Wednesday 29th of August with me, Rich Pair Market Analyst at Hantec Markets. Looking at euro dollar, which has just tailed off a touch. This is the hourly chart. Just tailed off a touch since yesterday afternoon, but nothing decisive has changed yet in this recovery. And you can see that on the daily chart where we're still in this uptrend that's been in place for the last now 2 weeks, but just tailed off a touch, having hit that high of 1735 yesterday afternoon, just sort of unwound about 50-60 pips. Bulls would have been a bit disappointed in yesterday's candle, closing sort of below the midpoint of the day and then following up with a bit of a corrective move today. So there is a risk, I suppose, of retreating once again back towards this uptrend. Now that uptrend comes in at 1610 around there at the moment, and that is again sort of around the basis of this sort of pivot that we've had through July and into August, which is now supportive. So we've got that move that could see the euro just unwinding a touch in the near-term basis. We've got the momentum indicators, which are still pretty positive, although the stochastics tailing off could begin to be a bit of a concern should that turn into a bear candle and then maybe another bear candle tomorrow. We might start to see these stochastics crossing lower, and then you start to get into the realms of whether it's a corrective move such as the one we saw in June and July again. So we need to keep an eye on these momentum indicators, I think, in the next sort of day or so, and especially that pivot around 1630, 1620, 1630 with the support which that should be, and the uptrend as well. So just keeping an eye on how this one's moving, because you've got the overhead supply of all these June highs coming in, or the resistance I should say, 1745 up towards 1790, all these July highs coming in there, and maybe this little run higher is just sort of seeing a bit of a ceiling near term. But as I said, it'd be interesting to watch how this hourly chart moves around 30, sort of 35 on the hourly RSI seems to be a bit of a floor. You could also point to this rising 89-hour moving average as a bit of a gauge as well. Stochastics back to neutral, so this is a bit of an interesting sort of moment coming up maybe for euro dollar. If it starts to fall away, you got that support at 1590. You wouldn't really want to lose, and then you'd start to break the sort of the higher lows within this rally higher. So that would certainly question how the market is moving then. So with that in mind, I wish you good luck in trading. I'll speak to you later.